Hi, my name is Michael Gilfix of Gilfix and Lepole Associates. I'd like to give you an overview of what it means to do estate planning, to take the most fundamental, basic approach and look at the documents that you need. Kind of think about what are the ingredients of a competent, comprehensive estate plan that's right for you and your family. The idea of estate planning, of course, is to get your house in order, deal with the possibility that you could become disabled, acknowledge the possibility that we all will pass, and the question is, how do you have things organized to make sure that there will be documents in place, that your family members will be able to manage things very easily, without stress, on your behalf when these events happen. So the fundamental estate plan consists of the following documents. You do a revocable living trust. If you own any assets at all, you want to do a revocable trust. That includes a will and a number of other documents as well. You need to do a durable power of attorney. It's a document where you basically say, if I become incapacitated or if I'm unavailable, I give authority to someone else to sign my name so nobody has to go to court. So very easily, very efficiently, the possibility of my incapacity is dealt with. Third document is what's called the Advanced Healthcare Directive, and it lets you do two things. First, it lets you appoint the person or the persons who have authority to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you can't do it. Secondly, it gives you an opportunity to explain how you want the decisions made. And this is not, by the way, a simple pro forma discussion. I mean, some discussions about the document take 30, 40, 50 minutes. I mean, it's as simple or as comprehensive as you want it to be. Most of us have some fears in this regard and some issues, and we want to be very clear in addressing them in your document. Another necessary ingredient, if you have kids, is what's called a family protection or a dynasty trust. Now, if you have a special needs kid, a kid with a disability, you want to do a special needs trust. But if your kids are not disabled, you want to do what is generically called a dynasty trust. Now, there's three reasons why you want to do that. First is that when you leave assets to a child in this trust, if they ever are married and have a divorce, the assets you left them, they stay with your kid. They stay in the trust. They're not subject to division. And we have to acknowledge the divorce rate continues to exceed 50%. So we're addressing a logical concern that virtually all of us have. Secondly, if you leave assets in this trust and your child is ever sued, there's a very high level of asset protection. The assets don't belong to your kid, they belong to the trust. So there's another barrier there to protect the inherited assets from litigation. The third benefit is perhaps most significant. It has to do with avoiding estate tax at the time of your child's passing. So we're not talking about protecting from estate tax upon your passing. That's a related topic. We talk about that. This is what happens when your child passes. So let's assume you leave $500,000 in one of these trusts for your son or daughter. That person invests it well. By the time of their passing, it's grown. It's $3 million. The $3 million passes intact to the next generation, your grandkids, without exposure to estate tax. If that money was instead in the estate of your child, perhaps 30, 40% of it, perhaps 50% of it would go to the government in the form of estate taxes. So you can see how tremendously protective these trusts are. They can save literally millions of dollars for your grandkids in particular. And we all want to plan for the grandkids. Okay. So it's a matter, again, in summary, of looking at the basic documents that make sense for you, making sure you understand them, talk about them. Again, there's no one-size-fits-all trust. It does exist, but it shouldn't exist. It's a matter of figuring out what your fears are, what your goals are, coming up with a comprehensive plan to address all of those fears and goals. And we do this on a regular basis in our office. So whether you meet with me or another attorney in the office, I assure you, we bring 30+ years of appropriate experience to this world of estate planning. We'll talk with you, we'll take very good care of you, and your estate plan will be competent and comprehensive and effective. So I thank you. I look forward to talking with you. Again, my name is Michael Gilfix of Gilfix and Lepole Associates.